but welcome. I'm glad to be here. Today I am sharing a little bit of a training on the 6 ways to really step into and learn how to step into your truth, who you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, your power, your confidence, and to really shine. And that's not always easy. It's a lot easier said than done. And there's a little bit of back work that it takes to get there. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Caitlin. I am a certified yoga therapist in San Diego, and I offer one-on-one sessions, group sessions. I teach classes and workshops, and that's my sidekick behind me, if you can see her, my dog, Callie. And I also have a new online program that I'm really excited about, an 8-week program. I'll dive into that a little bit later if you're interested. It's called the Embodiment Academy, and it's based off these 6 tools. And the program is really just a deep dive into the 6 tools. And the program will give you coaching calls for support. It'll be a group program, so you get connection with others to keep you motivated and on track and accountable. And ultimately, it's this deep dive into these 6 tools to help you transform to your next step. So you get to actually embody who you are, what you're meant to do, and step into your power with confidence and with a little more ease and power. All right, so without further ado, let's dive in. Bear with me, I keep going to put my hands on my table, and I just knocked over a very nice cold glass of ice water, which is needed right now. But okay, so dive in. Why I'm sharing this, I really want to share this because I talk with so many people, clients, friends, family, that just feel like they're kind of stuck in where they're at. So whether it's feeling like you're stuck in a rut or just staying kind of the same, and not knowing where to go next, even though you know what you want, or maybe you don't know what you want, but you want something a little bit different, and you're kind of feeling stuck and in your own way and stuck in your thoughts, is a big one. And like I said, unclear of what's next. And I was there for a really long time, and until I learned these tools and until I really actually embodied them, until I did them as regular practices, that's when I started to see transformation and change. I've been on this yoga path, as many of you know, for years, and I've learned meditation, I've learned all kinds of meditation, movement, everything, and it's great to learn it, but there's something that is really spectacular and amazing when you embody it. And I, like many of you, just want to feel more clear and focused and fulfilled and more intentional with what you're doing every day, what you're doing with your life, what you're doing with your next step. So more productive, more successful, whatever that is for you, and to feel more calm and relaxed and a little bit less stressed along the way. So again, if you are joining in either live or on the replay, hello, share your name. I'd love to hear where you're from. And if you have any questions along the way, I'd love to help you as well. So feel free to comment as I go. All right, so when we're talking about the 6 tools to embodiment, to really stepping into your truth and your power, the number 1 tool for me, meditation. There is a reason there is so much hype around meditation. For those of you that don't meditate or maybe kind of dabbled in it a little bit, it is extremely profound. Even just to experience one session of meditation, depending on what it is, but it is way more beneficial and profound and extraordinary when you have this really sustainable, long-lasting practice, and it's way easier said than done to create that. So what meditation does and what makes it such a powerful tool for transformation is that it allows us to really become more aware of our thoughts. And a lot of people think that meditation is just, we're supposed to kind of ignore our thoughts. But actually, it's just becoming more clear of what thoughts are coming in, whether they're negative towards yourself or towards others. And then with that, what your habits are with your thoughts, what your actions are, how you choose to show up in this world and speak to others, to yourself again. So meditation is an opportunity to quiet the mind a little bit, and it really is retraining the mind to slow down the thoughts and to not attach to the thoughts. So we often think that meditation, we're just going to let go of our thoughts, but really it's the idea that you're slowing down the thoughts and kind of discerning which ones are worth letting go and which ones you want to kind of hang on to and might be worth exploring just a little bit more. And there are so many different types of meditation. We can do meditation for or with mantras. So speaking a certain phrase, it could be I am strong, or I am ready, or I am supported, or I am beautiful, whatever it is, a mantra. And there's plenty of different mantras. I go over this kind of a deep dive into all the different types of meditation in my online program, the Embodiment Academy. But then there's focusing on the breath. There's focusing on a certain point, or it could be something like a candle in front of you that's glowing, or a flower. Meditations can be laying down, can be a guided relaxation. One of my favorite meditations is Yoga Nidra, and it's a deep dive and a guided relaxation that has a systematic way of guiding the body into relaxation, but also guiding us into the healing qualities that we have and this sense of creativity inside of us. You can do walking meditations. For me, sometimes being in my garden and watering my garden or doing the dishes sometimes can be meditation if it doesn't feel like a chore. So meditation is number one. Like I said, you can learn to discern between negative thoughts and your fear that keeps showing up, between your ego and being positive. And then with your meditation practice, you can learn to replace negative thoughts, negative thought patterns that keep coming up and up and up and up, kind of like the hamster wheel. Learn to discern those and replace them with positive ones. And this is profound. And this is part of the self-inquiry a little bit as well, which I get into in a little bit, but meditation is amazing, and is probably the number one thing for me that transformed where I'm at. Hey guys! Hey Carrie, you asked, do you like the singing bowls? I do. It depends what you're looking to. I'll get into that a little bit later, but singing bowls for me, the crystal bowls, are amazing. They can bring you into a deep state of relaxation, a deep state of healing. And with that being said, it depends on the practitioner. I've been to many places where we've done crystal bowls, and it's been the most amazing experience with meditation or with yoga movement. But also I've been places where it feels like a distraction, and perhaps the practitioner's energy is kind of not as organized and intentional. So it depends. Maybe I should do a live here with crystal bowls or a meditation. So maybe I'll write that down and do that. Any questions on meditation? Again, feel free to shoot them. Either I'll answer them now or as you go. I can't read our Instagram comments, but keep them coming. I'll come back around to them. So number one for kind of an action step is to notice your thoughts and to write down the thoughts that keep coming up that you're noticing, especially the negative ones that perhaps are negative ones towards you, like, oh, you can't do that, or why would you do this? You're stupid, don't do that. Notice those, write the common ones down, and start to replace them with positive ones. Okay. Number two, I'm just going to kind of go through here. I don't want to take too much of your time. Just want to dive in and give you a sneak peek. If you have any questions, you want to learn more, kind of a deep dive further into any of these, send me a message. I'm here for you. So number two, oh, you know what? I think I actually just switched those up. So number two is mindfulness. Mindfulness is what I did before. This one's meditation. But mindfulness is, like I said, becoming more aware of your thoughts, your patterns, your actions. And mindfulness meditation is also a combination. So meditation, a daily meditation, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 3 minutes, an opportunity for you. And I do mine in the morning because when I wake up, I tend to have all these thoughts and ideas, and understanding what my day looks like gives me sometimes a little bit of anxiety. Like, oh, I have to do this, 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 and this, and then I have to go here, 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 and here. Hopefully my days aren't that busy, but that's what I do in my head. Or a lot of us will just grab our phone and start scrolling. And what if you could take a few moments just to concentrate on your breath, and just to do a breathing exercise or a breathing meditation, or just to sit with a certain mantra. And you'd be surprised at how profound that is in finding just a little more peace throughout your day, a little more clarity and focus. And an opportunity to not feel so overwhelmed by what we have going on. Because in this world especially, we just have so much thrown at us through social media, through the news, through just watching TV and commercials and all that, that we're so inundated with information. And when you can take the time, even if it's 3 minutes, even if it's 5-10 minutes, the time to just let go and find just a little bit of quiet is so amazing and profound. Our mind needs that break. Our body needs that break. Our nervous system needs that break. So you can do meditations. I have some on YouTube. If you want to get some, send me a message. I'd love to share some of my meditations. But you can do meditation seated. You can do it lying down. Like I said, you can do a nature walk, and that can be your meditation. You can be in your garden, or you can create an intention of meditating while you're doing the dishes or you're in the shower. It's all about kind of the frame of mind and what you're looking to achieve. So many different kinds of meditation. It just depends on your goals and what you're looking for. All right. So I would recommend, for an action step here, start somewhere. Grab a meditation online. Again, whether it's mine, there's so many on YouTube. There's different apps, like Insight Timer is a good one. Find a meditation. Decide, I'm going to do 3 minutes. I'm going to do 5 minutes every morning, no matter what. Non-negotiable. Sit down or sit up in your bed and just meditate. That's what I started to do when I first started to really create a practice, was just sit up in my bed and do something. And that's what got me to do it. And the feeling, always remembering how you feel when you're done. So when I think about meditating, oftentimes I'm like, I'll just skip it, or I'll do it later, or I'll start tomorrow. And that's what a lot of us do. But when you think about, wait, I'll feel like a little more calm, a little more connected, a little more grounded through my day, which will help this, this, and this. All right, I'm gonna take the 3 minutes and I'm gonna jump on my mat. All right, so go find a meditation. If you don't have a practice, go find one. YouTube, you can find one on Insight Timer. It's a free app. Go find a meditation practice and start. 3 times a week, start. And just notice, or 3 days in a row, notice how you feel. Okay. The next one is movement. Move your body. The training that I'm doing on Saturday, actually, I'm doing a training on the different types of movement we need in our body in order to reduce stress and prevent injury and to feel our best. We hold as a lot of tension and stress, and we hold a lot of energy that we don't even think about in our bodies. And a lot of us, it's in our shoulders, our neck and our shoulders. That's my spot. For some of us, it's our hips, our low back. Our jaw is a big one. If you have jaw tension, if you clench or grind your teeth, that's a big one. So learning to find ways to move your body, even if you sit a lot, and you find like 3 exercises that you're gonna do every day that help to stretch different parts of your body so that you get more oxygen to your body, more circulation. You're decreasing the stress and the tension and the discomfort in your body. And there is something to be said about how you feel when you have discomfort in your body, and how you're showing up in your relationships and your friendships, whatever it is, your work, from when you're feeling like, I feel so good in my body and my mind. So think about what might be holding you back, or what might you be holding in your body that could prevent you from being your best self, from feeling even better where you're at. And like I said, I'm going over on Saturday here the different types of movements that we want in our body to feel really good and to reduce stress and reduce injury. So this is a big one. I have plenty of practices. If you're looking for any on YouTube, again, they're all free. And I know there's a bunch of other ones on there too. So join me on Saturday, or go find a YouTube one. But just find your action step. Find a yoga practice, even if it's, some of the ones I have are literally 10 minutes long. Find a movement practice that you can do. Maybe it's not every day, maybe it's twice a week that you start out with. It doesn't have to be super long, although it can be. Maybe it's just short. Just start to notice how you feel before you start and how you feel after. And you might notice a huge difference. Okay, the next one, number 4, is breath work. So we don't think about how powerful our breath is. And I see this all the time. I'm also a dental hygienist. So I see people, especially that come into the dental office, that have a lot of anxiety and stress. And it's pretty amazing to look at someone who comes in with stress and anxiety versus someone who maybe doesn't have stress and anxiety and feels great and really energetic. Because you start to see really either slow, shallow breaths, or fast breath, or you see this really not integrated breath where someone's breathing just into their chest or just in one area. But our breath is our energy of our body. Our breath is our life force. So we can use our breath to create more energy. We can use our breath to create more clarity and focus. And with that being said, we can use our breath, we can facilitate and manipulate the shifting of our breath in order to find more relaxation. So moving from our stress response to our relaxation response. Our breath is literally so powerful. So if we can just find the tools, the different types of breathing exercises that work for us every single day, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long to just connect to your breath and feel this empowerment and difference when you take a few deep, long breaths versus shallow, slow, shallow and slow breaths I'll stay with. I have some notes here, so I'm just checking everything over here. So what I'd recommend if you're looking to start with your breath and looking to find a deeper practice with your breath, hi guys, take 10 breaths right now, long breaths. So breathing all the way in, either through your nose or through your lips, through your mouth. But let each breath get a little bit longer. Let each exhale get a little bit longer, so that you start to create a more fluid breath and a more well-rounded breath. And what I'd recommend is actually starting every day with that 10 to, let's say, 25 breaths, and see how that feels. So if you're on Instagram, I'm going to capture on my feed, on my Instagram story, the action steps that I'd recommend after. And then, hey, I'll be just a second. Sorry. And now I lost my train of thought. So action steps for Instagram, I'll send that to you. And then same thing for Facebook. I'll put that in our feed as well. So moving on, self-care. Number 5 is self-care. Learning how to take care of yourself. And that could be, there's different types of learning or different types of self-care, whether it is spiritual, emotional, mentally, emotionally, physically, professionally. So in the 8-week program that I have, I go deep into each different type of self-care practice that we want to incorporate into our life, into our routine, and different examples of each. So if we're thinking about a physical, it could be working out, it could be going for a run or a walk or doing yoga. That can be your mental, emotional thing as well. So learning what fills your cup, what really fills you up, and remembering to do it every day, and remembering that it doesn't have to be these big things. You don't have to go take a 90-minute yoga class. You don't have to go float. You don't have to go to the chiropractor and spend money. We can learn to stretch in the comfort of our home. We can learn to do a little facial for ourselves. We can learn to go hang out with our friends once a week and laugh and go read an inspiring book. So I go deep into this in my online program, so I'll share more about it then. But learning what fills you up, what truly fills you up, and how you can do that every day so that you, with a full cup, can go share your greatness with the world. So you can stand in your power, because when we're depleted, when our cup isn't full and we are depleted, we're low on energy, what we give to the world is low of energy. And that is one of the most important pieces. One of the most important pieces that we can remember is to fill our cup, and from that full cup, give to the world. And that is power. I've had many times where I feel sick, I feel depleted, I'm not taking care of myself, and I keep pushing myself beyond where I should go. And what I'm sharing with the world, my loved ones, is kind of low energy. And if I took, which I do now, thankfully, finally I've learned, if you take the time, even if it's 5 minutes, to do you, to do what fills you up, and then support others, then give that out, your energy, what you're sharing, is that much greater. That is one of the key pieces, learning what fills you up and to do it more and more and more and more. So many different types of, I'll write all these again in the comments and on my Instagram feed, Instagram story, but find one thing in every column that you can do regularly. It doesn't have to be every day for all of them, although maybe mentally, emotionally you want to. But find one thing that you can do in each category for the self-care that you're doing regularly, that you're really filling yourself up. And that is probably one of the most profound things that I've learned, is that it doesn't have to take a long time. It really is just a matter of showing up over and over and over again for you, because you're worth it, because you want to, and because you're ready for that next step. You're ready for the results. You're ready to stand in your power, and you can't be in your power, your truth, who you want to be, who you are, and who you're meant to be, if you're low in energy, if you're depleted, if you're not caring for yourself. The last thing I'll share here is how you take care of yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, is how you're showing others to do the same. How you show up for yourself is teaching others how to show up for you. I love that one. Okay, last one. Then I'll wrap it up. My lovely cleaning friend is here, Teresa. So, okay, last one, self-inquiry. We deep dive into this in the Embodiment Academy, but learning how to be more aware of your thoughts, your patterns, your inner critic, which is always there, your ego, and learning how to become more aware. And we'll do this through practices in the Embodiment Academy, but when we connect to ourselves in this way and we start to get really curious as opposed to judgmental, we start to learn more about ourselves. We start to learn what our triggers are. We start to learn really what our dreams and our focus and our goals are, what light us up and what depletes us, who depletes us, and where our energy goes. And when you're thinking about yourself, you really, again, you want to be curious. You want to think about being the engineer of your life, of yourself, rather than having judgment or resentment towards yourself for being a certain way. So learning to dive in and get curious about your thoughts, your actions, your habits, And yeah, like I said, where your energy goes, where you're letting your energy go, and where it feels like you're leaking your energy, and where it feels like you get filled up. So a lot of these kind of intersect, you can probably tell one on the other, but let's go over the 6 tips here for learning to really just step into who you are, who you're meant to be, your power and your strength. So 1, learning how to meditate, and even if it's 2 minutes a day, even if it's 3 minutes a day, meditating. 2, mindfulness, so becoming more aware of your thoughts, your actions, your habits, and learning how to create more positive actions, thoughts, habits. 3 is movement, to decrease pain, to decrease discomfort in our body, decrease stress and tension. And again, I'll be going over this on my live training on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. But learning the different types of movement that feel good in your body that you can do regularly, so you're not carrying around all this stress and tension and discomfort, and from there probably carrying around some frustration and anger and depletion of energy. All right, so meditation, mindfulness, movement, breath work, learning the power of your breath, learning to use your breath to create more clarity and focus and intention, and using your breath to calm you down, to bring you from a stress response to a relaxation response. Learning the different types of self-care is number 5. So there's a few different types of self-care: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, professional, psychological, and learning for each of those how you can bring that into your daily life. Or daily, it could be weekly, could be monthly. Last one is going to be self-inquiry, and part of this in the program is going to be learning how to journal in a positive way. So learning how to become more aware of your inner thoughts, inner world, your inner critic, your ego, what's showing up, and from there, how to create more positive action around that, so you can stop being in your perhaps negative state and where you're at and stuck in your own ways, and being more curious about getting to the next step. What is holding you back from getting from point A to point B? All right, guys, so that was about 30 minutes of a deep dive into the 6 ways to really step into your truth and your power and who you're meant to be and what your next step is. And this is what I love sharing with you guys. This is what I love teaching and guiding and educating. So if you have any questions about anything that I went over today, send me a message. You can comment below, either Instagram or Facebook. And then send me a message if you want to learn more. Send embodiment, or I want to learn more about your Embodiment Academy. Send me a message. I'd love to share more. It starts in August. It's an 8-week online program that mixes knowledge and a deep dive into these 6 tools, mixed with coaching and support and really strategic action to create these daily habits, to learn how to, and to really move into this deep transformation and best and next version of yourself. So if you want to learn more, send me a message. If you have any questions about today, send me a message. Again, I'll highlight these on Facebook and on my Instagram story. And catch me on Saturday. We're going over the different types of movement to get in your body and your daily routine in order to decrease stress, discomfort, and prevent injury. Because we're all looking for feeling better in this world and being our best. So that is all I've got for you today. I hope you learned something. I hope you got inspired to take action and to take action to your next step. Because staying where you're at and being comfortable and playing small isn't going to get you to where you want to go. All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day. I am signing off, going to go get some work done, and then I'm going to go swim in the ocean. So have a good day. I love you. Take care. Talk to you soon.